Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm gonna talk about how to improve in programming skill. Um, I'm not gonna talk about the academic suggestion. I will talk about frequently asked question by my junior colleagues or my junior friends, I should say. I am in fourth year of Daffodil International University, and I am hearing this sort of question a lot throughout my whole career in Daffodil International University. So today I'm gonna talk about those questions. So let's get into it. So here my information. My name is Washik Anwar Shamsi, ID 153351366, Section A, Institution Daffodil International University, Department of SUI. And I forgot to mention my batch is 18 in SUI department. So the there's the frequently asked question by my juniors. Uh, First question they ask me a lot: what programming language should I learn? Okay, it doesn't really matter which language you are going with. You can go with Java, you can go with C Sharp, you can go with JavaScript, or you can go with C or C++. Doesn't really matters. The only things matter is learn the logic perfectly. The logics are function, loops, if else, switch case, etc. So any sort of language you can go with, but clarify the logics, and that's it. That's my opinion. No extra suggestion for that. Okay, the second question student asked me most: how to do well in programming? Okay, that's a very good question. Actually, when you asking me this question, how to do well in programming, I will basically think that you are good at any language such as Java, C++, or C Sharp. Now you want to build a big thing. Now how to do in that case in a programming? uh, when you are going with a big thing, uh, first thing you must know that coder has two parts. One programming, second is developing. Programming is a little bit different than developing, and developing is little bit than programming. So what's programming actually? Programming is those things which tries to satisfies the developer, and developing is uh, those inventory, having those programming inventory build a big project. That is developing. So if you want to be a programmer, you have to learn data structure and algorithm first. Then you have to uh, do problem solving, obviously, and the problem solving platforms are lots of in programming. You can go with online problem solving, just such as Online Judge, HackerRank, CodeChef, URI, etc. And you can do lots of problem solving in there, and those are related with data structure and algorithm. So if you do this kind of Online Judge, it will help you to do well in problem solving, and how can you uh, do solve when you have big problems on your project. And if you want to go with developing, okay, developing doesn't need a bunch of programming skill. Developing is little bit easier than programming, but developing is little bit uh, time conservable. As far as the time is concerned, uh, if you want to be a developer, you have to learn a framework of a programming language. If you are a Java programmer, you have to learn JSpring, JSpring Boot, this sort of things. If you are a .NET programmer, or a C Sharp programmer, you have to learn ASP.NET, C Sharp MVC, MVC.NET Core 2.0, etc. If you are a Python programmer, then you have to go with Django, uh, this sort of thing. So uh, if you are going with developing, first learn a programming, first learn, choose a choose your language, what should you go with, and then learn a framework of that programming. That will suggestion for a developer. Nowadays another hot topic is data science, and lots of guys are going with data science. So if you're a programmer, basically if you're interested in programming, not developing, if you're interested in programming, then you can go with data science. It's a very high designation, and data science is kind of statistical works. It's provide a statistical inventory of business or a bank management or industrial management. This sort of things done by a programmer. So if you're interested in data science, so then you can go with programming. So these are the three opinion of mine. And now how to get project idea. uh, this question is that question is I heard lots. And how to get project idea. Basically, if you want to get a project idea, Google it, and you will find bunch of project idea in there. And yes, it's quite tough to get a specific project idea from Google, but you have to read books for that. And I will suggest you to know what the demand of environment nowadays. So if you understand the demand of the environment or the demand of human beings nowadays, you will basically get a project idea then. Okay, let's go another slide then. uh, okay, there's another question: is CGP important to learn programming? uh, Many people will not agree with me in this case, but I will say no, CGP is doesn't really matter to do well in programming. Actually, those guys who get jobs in Google or Facebook, they get job before their graduation. So basically, Google and Facebook doesn't watch their CGPA. If you are not graduated, then no one able to see your CGPA. So if you want to be a programmer, damn care about CGPA, but CGPA will help you to do MSc or a PhD, I guess. But if you want to go with programming, and if you want to go with job designation or job reference, or if you want to go outside of Bangladesh with job reference, then CGPA is doesn't really matters. The only thing matters your technical skill. And if you want to go outside, not with the reference of CGPA but reference with job, then obviously if you have to get a job in Bangladeshi recognition companies such as Tiger IT, Brain Station 23, Datasoft, in that this kind of companies, you can work there for 2 years, and then you can go with immigration with job reference to outside the country like Canada, America, etc. Okay, next question I heard most is, what is the best programming language in job market? Actually, it depends. If you if I said it before, I will say it again. If you want to get a job with designation in data science or data analyst or statistical analyst or business analyst or fraud detection analyst, in this sort of designation, Python is really going good. Or if you want to go with statistical analysis, then R programming is really satisfying the environment nowadays. If you want to go with e-commerce site building, then there are C Sharp, Java, PHP, etc. And if you want to go with Android version or iOS version, then you have to learn Android programming or Swift programming or Java or Xamarin C Sharp. That's it. Okay. Now, is problem solving important in programmer life? It's really important. It's really important. Problem solving is those sort of things. If you know how to do problem solving, uh, it will automatically help you to build a project. When clients give you a project, those project doesn't have the tech technology or the I mean, when client give you a requirements of a project, those requirement will not have the technology to build a project. uh, Only the raw requirements will give it to you, and you have to classify the the main problems the clients are talking about. So um, if you want to go with any sort of uh, things with programming, it's very important to do problem solving. And if you are able to do problem solving, you can go with any programming language or any projects you want to work with. And that's it. That's those six questions I had most in my varsity career. I mean the 4 year career of my varsity career. So I loved it to answer those questions, and hopefully you guys also enjoyed it. Thank you to watching my video. Thank you for watching my video.